Now, I want to talk to you about waterproof cameras, whether you're using them on holiday by the pool or just walking out in the pouring rain. A waterproof camera is a really handy gadget to own and something we should all consider adding to our gadget arsenal. But if you're going to get one, you want to make sure you're getting the best. And how do you know what that is? Well, stay right where you are, right now, and watch me on the telly for the next 5 minutes. To test the cameras, I found some of the meanest, gnarliest, roughest rapids I could, and took this PENTAX, this Olympus, and this Sony along for the ride. First up, the PENTAX WG1, which is shockproof to 1.5 meters, waterproof to 10 meters, and crush-proof to 100 kilograms. So, it's built for a fight, but can it take decent pictures? It's got 5 times optical zoom, an excellent 14 megapixel sensor, so yes, the image quality is great. The menu options include panorama, a super magnification function, and a face detection system with smile recognition. There's also an underwater mode that corrects for any colour loss and distortion, and 5 LEDs illuminate subjects at short range, producing some decent results in the cloudy currents. My only quibbles are that at 2.7 inches the screen is a little bit measly and the graphics are a bit cheap by today's standards. But how would the PENTAX handle when the going got bumpy? It was time to get on my tube and hit the rapids. And we're off. Oh, bitch! Oh, boy! Do you know what, this camera is actually nice to use because it's so large in the hand, it's quite rugged. Oh, bridge. And the buttons are a little bit oversized, which is great because when you're in conditions like this, then let's say, rock, aren't quite the smoothest, then it means you're still able to use your camera effectively. And the camera's digital shake reduction system was equally effective, delivering some very sharp snaps. That is, when yours truly remembered to get her finger off the lens. On to camera 2, the Olympus TG610. This also has a 14 megapixel sensor and 5 times optical zoom, but at 5 meters is waterproof to only half the depth of the PENTAX. So my first impressions are that in spite of having a very cool lens cover, the camera doesn't really look that rugged, but I love the 3-inch LCD screen. Very easy to read, and the graphics give the Olympus a real premium feel. The TG610 has some interesting special effects settings, like this fisheye one, and also gives you a choice of 5 different underwater modes, though none produce the clarity of the PENTAX. But back in my rubber ring, the Olympus threw up a bigger problem. I've got a real issue with this camera. It's taking forever to load the pictures. And therefore, I'm not going to be able to get as many shots as I'd want to if you're doing something kind of action-based, such as this. The buttons were also fiddly to use compared to the first camera. However, when I did manage to get a snap, the dual optical and digital stabilization systems produced some great results, easily matching the PENTAX. And last but not least, the Sony DSC-TX10, which squeezes a whopping 16 megapixel sensor and 3-inch touchscreen into its dainty dimensions. This is the most expensive out of the 3, so it's quite disappointing to learn that it's only waterproof to 5 meters, and it's got the smallest 4 times optical zoom of the 3. However, there's quite a bit of tech going on inside, including a 3D panoramic setting. This also has an HDR mode, so it takes 3 individual photos at different exposure levels. Then it combines the 3 photos to create a perfectly detailed picture. And it worked, producing the highest quality shots of all 3 cameras overall. Though once underwater, the Sony seemed a little out of its depth. So finally, how would the TX10 perform on the water? So first impressions, great screen, very bright, crystal clear, very easy to see exactly what you're taking photos of. Oops! Now the only problem is, water, I have just got the screen wet. And knowing that it's a touch screen, that now means I don't stand a chance of being able to change any mode or any other function on the camera. Provided you don't need to alter anything on the go, the Sony is capable of delivering excellent results. But the reality is, it's just not cut out for this type of adventure. And so to my G ratings. With 3 Gs, it's the Sony. As an everyday snapper, the list of functions, compact packaging and overall image quality makes it the winner here. But as an easy-to-use action camera, it's too smart for its own good. Also with 3 Gs is the Olympus. This is the cheapest camera of the 3, yet it feels expensive and takes excellent shots. However, it's let down by fiddly controls and slow image capture speed. But the winner with 4 Gs is the PENTAX. It might lack the premium feel, but if you're after a rugged, go-anywhere camera that gets you the results no matter what, this is the one to go for.